Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. I know some of you have received your Pebbl, some of them are en route, so we're so excited you're here. And we're just going to use this first meditation just to kind of get in the flow of things. And then starting next week, we'll start to highlight some of the features. But we did want to just kind of start out by saying, you're going to hear us talking a lot about comfort. So is one of our favorite teachers, David G., who taught both Missy and I to meditate years ago at the Chopra Center, likes to say, comfort is queen. And that really is why we created Pebbl. Once we realized that it wasn't, once we realized that creating a meditation practice wasn't about pain or discomfort or forcing our minds to be quiet, and that we actually could find a way to be comfortable so our bodies could relax, only then were we able to cultivate a practice that really fit our lifestyle. So for us, Pebbl is more than a chair. It really is an easy entry point to start to discover and invite that peace and that pause into our lives in a way that's nourishing and supportive and, of course, comfortable. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started in our practice. I always like to remind people as we begin to go in that, number one, it's okay to have thoughts. It's the nature of the brain to have thoughts. And especially because we are doing this meditation on a Wednesday at noon, our minds may be really busy with all our midweek activities, but that's partly why we wanted to do it during this time, as a real anchor point to kind of get grounded. The other thing is to really just try to let go of expectations. The good news is there's no wrong way to meditate as long as you're staying present, you're staying seated in your Pebbl for the duration, your body's going to get everything it needs. So with that, I'm going to invite you guys to get comfortable. If your legs are extended, we recommend putting a pillow or a bolster under your knees. And just, as you begin to explore and get to know your Pebbl, you'll find the different ways that it works for you. So getting comfortable where you are. And let's go ahead. You can start with just a soft downward gaze. And you're going to hear the fancy bell at the beginning and the end. We'll see how this sounds on the recording as well. But let's just go ahead and get started with that soft downward gaze. So just allowing yourself to take the deepest breaths you've taken all day. So just a nice deep inhale through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth. And really just allowing this to really be energizing. Again, it may feel a little forced, but really inviting that deeper breath in through the nose, feeling it move through the body, and then exhaling through the mouth. And as you continue to breathe in this way, if you need to make any micro adjustments or do a neck roll or rolling your shoulders, just to invite your body to get settled in this moment, feel free to do so. And then as you feel ready, you can gently begin to close the eyes and just bringing the breath a little bit more internal as you inhale and exhale through the nose. If breathing through the nose isn't comfortable, feeling free to adjust. And just beginning to welcome the sensations as the breath moves through your body. The sensations of the nose or the nostrils. The rise and fall of your chest, your belly. If you like, you can go ahead and place your hands on your belly or chest just as a tangible touch point that'll help us get focused and present in this moment. And then we'll begin by matching our inhale to our exhale. So on your next in-breath, breathing into a count of 3. And exhaling to a count of 3. And just continuing for a few more breath cycles. And as you continue to breathe in this way, starting to become aware of that pause that exists at the top of the inhale. And again at the bottom of the exhale. And as it's comfortable for you, we're going to begin to just sustain the breath in that pause for that same count of 3. So I'll talk you through this first cycle. So on your next inhale, we'll inhale 2, 3, and hold 2, 3, and exhale 2, 3, and hold 2, 3, and inhale 2, 3, and hold 2, 3, and exhale 2, 3, and hold 2, 3, and just continue for a few more cycles at your own pace. This rhythmic breathing, is it comfortable for you? Feeling free to adjust. If thoughts arise or your attention drifts, just knowing this is normal and returning back to this cycle of the breath. And then as you complete your next exhale, just allowing the breath to be natural as you begin to settle into its natural cadence and its rhythm. Starting to become aware of the breath as it moves through the body. Beginning to imagine the breath as it travels up and down along the spine. Each inhale bringing in new energy and spaciousness and vitality. And each exhale an invitation to soften, to release, to relax, and to let go. And as you continue to breathe, we'll move through that body scan, just bringing our awareness to parts of the body, feeding the breath into those areas as an invitation to relax, to release. Beginning with the scalp and the forehead. Feeling the eyes begin to soften in their sockets. And just relaxing your entire face, your mouth, your tongue, your chin, and your jaw. On the next exhale, just feeling the shoulders soften down and away from the ears. Aware of the sensations in the upper back, the lower back, the chest, the diaphragm, the belly, the arms, the elbows, your hands and your fingers, your hips and your pelvis, your right leg from hip to knee and knee to toes, your left leg from hip to knee and knee to toes. And again, just becoming aware of the body's movement with each breath cycle. Noticing if there are any areas of spaciousness that you may not have noticed from before. And then letting your awareness rest at your heart center as you continue to breathe. aware of the physical sensations of the heartbeat pulsing in your chest, feeling that same pulsing in your palms or your feet. Aware of any other sensations at the heart space, any tingling, vibration, warmth, or coolness. And now as you continue to breathe with this heart-centered awareness, we'll introduce our silent mantra of so hum. So silently repeating so on the inhale and hum on the exhale. So hum. Just treating it as a gentle repetition, like a whisper coming from within. You may notice the mantra wants to stay coordinated with the breath, or it might move faster or slower, or it might fall away altogether. Just welcoming whatever experience arises is exactly what your body is needing in this moment. Again, if thoughts arise or your attention drifts, just gently and without judgment, returning back to this simple repetition. So hum. So hum. Doesn't matter how many times you have to keep coming back. This is the practice. We'll stay here for a little while longer. I'll keep track of the time. If the mantra is not resonating for you, just returning to that simple breath awareness. You'll hear the bell ring 3 times when our time has come to an end. Keeping your eyes closed, but beginning to give yourself some deeper breaths. Beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And just giving yourself some gentle neck rolls in one direction. And then reversing the direction. And then just checking in with your body, seeing if there's a movement or stretch that feels good and nourishing. And then as you feel ready, with the eyes open or closed, just beginning to rub your hands, creating some warmth and connection and energy. And gently placing your hands on your heart as you seal in your practice. Just knowing that this presence, this pause is always accessible to you. It's just a matter of turning to your breath. And then relaxing the hands. And if the eyes aren't already open, beginning to flutter them open. So as always, you just had the perfect meditation. So regardless of the experience, whether you're having lots of thoughts or physical itches and twitches, or when you heard the bell go off, you're like, wait, I didn't meditate. At the end of the day, your body's de-stressing. So those are all signs that your body's doing exactly as it needed in this moment. So thanks for spending the time. I'll end with one of our quotes, which we use quite frequently here at Pebbl. Meditation practice isn't about trying to throw ourselves away and become something better. It's about befriending who we already are, by Pebbl. So for us, that really is the core of Pebbl. It's about befriending ourselves, our bodies, each other. So thank you guys so much. If you have any feedback in the chat, please feel free to share. We realize this isn't necessarily a convenient time for everyone. So if you have other times you'd like to see, let us know. And then any other questions or comments, we welcome them. So thank you so much. I'll stay on a few more moments.